Hey guys, it's Tim Bott and I'm here at the CSI and I'm working on arrangements for the media purposes for the Impact Driver that is happening tonight. It's going to be a great time. And so I'm getting my game plan together on how we're going to present Zoo Owl. So let me walk you through it. Okay, so Zoo Owl is going to be right here, basically centered. Probably just in front of the chandelier right here. And so speeches are going to happen on the other side of the curtain right there. And then basically when we hit the cue, we're going to have a couple of people who will bring back the curtains. And then there's, Brian doing the Zoo Owl thing. And, with the glowing goggles and stuff. We're picking up some dry ice, so we'll have a little bit of hazing there. And we want to do some projection work. So we're looking at, in this case, I think we're looking at back projecting, simply because if people are trafficking through this area, the only way to really do projection is ceiling mounting. And then you can see the problem, we've got the chandeliers in the way. So that's not really gonna work, I don't think. But we do have a good opportunity back here. And I'm thinking the best way to do it probably is to attach our projector. So I've donated a projector to the makerspace, and I'm thinking we can mount it off this beam right here. Okay, so this beam is 21 inches wide, and it's an I-frame beam. So it's got you can kind of see it, it's got an edge right along there. And so basically, if we make a box that's 21 inches wide and capable of holding the projector, we can essentially just clamp it to the beam here. And it'll be super secure. And then we'll run our cabling, I guess, along the side, down the pillar. And we might need just one extension cord, probably to take us over to this outlet right over here. And then we're in business. So here is one of our student projects from the 8-week woodworking course that Jen teaches. And you can see like this little box here, it's almost exactly what we need, just needs to be a little bit wider. This one's a little bit fancy. It's got some nice dovetail joints, as you can see there. But we'll have to decide how fancy we want to go here. But you can see like this is basically even the right height. If it was a little wider, we'd be home free. And it's going to need to be a little deeper too. It's going to need to be, or at least it could have a base plate as well. But that needs to be like 21 inches wide so that we'll be able to clamp at the front and the back and make it good and secure on the beam. I don't want to be just clamping to like one side. It's going to get off balance and wobble a little bit. We're also going to want a little bit of clearance in here so that we'll be able to, incline the thing if we need to, just by slipping a little wedge under there. It may have to point downwards a little bit. There's pretty good keystone correction on this projector. And I like this approach, and I like having it underneath of the beam because, as you can see, the ports on this thing are at the back. So that back can't really be bumped up against the beam or anything like that. So basically, we end up with this, but at least as wide as the projector. And then with a 21-inch wide base plate on the top, or a couple of rails that will allow us to then clamp it to the beam and hold it securely. And then we're golden. It'll be pretty easy to run power elsewhere from there. And we'll also need to probably plug in an HDMI cable, but all that should be all right. And then basically back project to a screen that would be set up between these pillars here. Now that screen doesn't have to be anything fancy, and I think maybe a trip to the dollar store and grabbing some drop sheets could do it. I've got a couple of folks from Ryerson New Media Program